called class create.
Okay.
Yeah, the subnew and everything. And I had just a second. This is for the overloading. Yep.
Yeah, but I still cannot see. Yes, you started sharing, but I still cannot see your screen yet.
Oh, okay.
So can you just tell me? Wait, let me pause this, please.
I'll check for next time the cable.
No problem. It's okay. I'm just This is my note thing. So hopefully you can use it. Yeah. Okay. Now tell me.
Okay, so this is the overload. Can you see it now?
Yes, overridable. Yeah. Okay.
So this was like an overloading program. So I just wanted to check if this was correct. Because I put a second parameter, it should be different. Right?
Overridable. Yes, and this is the base class. Create is a base class.
Yeah, this is the base class. Yes.
Okay. Set method. Set attribute. Okay. Set attribute 2. It looks fine. So yeah. Okay. Now, but still, I didn't get your worries. Yes. Tell me what is your worries. Your worries is to adding a second parameter, or to what?
Yeah, I just wanted to check if it was correct.
Yes, it seems to me correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay,
But
also,
again,
yeah.
show me then how can you use it. So overridable means that this set method, this set method need to be overridden, right?
Yeah, and maybe
So
a child class which overrides.
overrides. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, the second question was in this part. I wasn't sure how to use the Mybase over
Okay.
here.
Okay. So
And
okay.
yeah, and also one more in this. So the attribute, do I have to do by-val for that? Because it's in the child class,
wait.
the main class,
No.
the base class.
Okay, so let us go back to the basic first. Okay, let me first answer the by reference and by val. So, okay, did you do anything that can show me where you can use your let me see here a note. So you already created set method here, right? And you already have a child class. Did you create a child class, and you can share with me where did you yeah, show me then. Where is your So did you call your child class? Did you create a new class from child or no? No, this is not
Yeah, I
what
created a child class and it
no,
inherits.
yes, but I want to see your test program. Test program means that you create a child equal new child, and then you pass the parameters to the constructor. So this is a test. So we can write whatever we can write in the class definitions, but without testing, we will never know if it works, right?
Oh, you want me to run it?
Yes, yes. But you cannot run it without having a test program. So we always say when you go to the sub main and you start calling and creating classes, that is the test program. Okay.
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 So
Where is your test
so
program?
should I edit this now? No, I didn't make it.
You didn't have it. Okay.
No.
Yes. Okay. So if you didn't create, never mind. Just go back to the child when you have a question to me about the method overloading. Okay. First, let me answer.
Overloading here.
Yes. Go down a bit, slightly.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So set method here. You set it to override, right? Okay. So
Yes.
let me answer your first question. By val and by reference actually does not affect things inside the class. It affects the thing outside the class. Did you understand anything from here? So which means
Yes.
so this is a parameter, right? So the
Yes.
parameter should have a value. Let's say I because you make your class names here does not indicate that it is a real object in the real world. So you didn't say, oh, this is for example a player or maybe a character or even a car or a subcar or even a vehicle, and then you inherit a car. So you didn't say like that. You just give abstract names that doesn't really
Yes.
relate to the real world. So I would assume that set attribute here, okay, it's ABC. Okay, so this is an ABC string. Good. So this ABC
Yes.
string that you will pass when you create a child, and then you call when you call on this child class set method, okay, and you pass a parameter called ABC as a string, okay. So you choose to pass this by val or by reference. So this by val and by reference affect the ABC variable or value that you will pass here, but it does not affect anything here. It have no effect here. It affects why I say it will affect the ABC. So I want to say no. I think let me try to share my screen. Oh, never mind.
Sure.
First, just no. Let me answer your questions here so that we don't have to keep switching. So I assume. Let me try to think about it another way. So this set attribute that you set here, I will assume that. Let me assume this way. So I would say child equal new child, and you have set attribute 1. You have new here, have set attribute B and child B. Okay, I will assume that both of them is strings. I will pass A to the first and B to the second. Is that acceptable to you?
Yes.
Okay, so dim D as child, and then we say new child. Also, is that acceptable to you? That how we create our new class?
Are you sharing your screen?
Again, sorry?
Are you sharing your screen?
No, I'm not sharing. I'm just writing. So do you see what I'm writing?
Oh, I can't see it.
Oh,
No, I
really?
can't see it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Just let me confirm
I
that.
could see
Okay.
the ABC part.
Wait, give me a second, please. So I'm posting to you what. Can you check your WhatsApp?
Okay, yes, I can see it.
So you can see what I'm writing, but now you don't see it when I'm writing on the screen.
No,
Oh,
I could see the ABC.
you can see
Yeah,
only
but
with the
not
yeah.
the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yellow.
easier. No problem. Okay, I will. Yeah, let me see if I can just if I just can copy that. Let me see here if it can. What about now?
Oh, yes, I can see it now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it seems that what I write in the box, you cannot see it until I post it. Okay. So first, what I posted in red, does this make sense to you? I created a
Yes.
new child, uh, right? Okay. And I passed the two parameters here, the two strings that you say attribute B and child B. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, so now I would call child, and then I will use set method. It need to be capital, but I just try to explain the idea to you. So we say set method here. It have so I'm writing in red, and you cannot see it, but I promise you after that I will post it to you. So I will say str as string, and that string is ABC. Okay, and then I pass this str ABC to you here in your set method. So okay, yeah, str ABC. Okay, now I can post it to you here. Now can you see it? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so can you see what I did now here?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so you see I already created a string here, right? str ABC, right? It's just
Yes.
a dummy variable just to put for to give you the concept. And we are passing this str ABC here as a variable with its content as a parameter here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when we pass it by value, we are affecting what's happening here, not what's happening really inside the class. So by reference affect this this string. Why? Because if I come here and you pass it by reference, it means that if I change the value of strapc inside my method here, then it will be reflected outside. So let's assume inside your method here, this set method, let's assume that you said set attribute equal instead of ABC, you say XYZ. Okay. Let me post it here. Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Can you see my screen now? So if I said like that, set attribute equal XYZ. So you are trying to get this parameter. This parameter you are trying to change its value. So although the function passed to you ABC here, but inside here you try to change it to XYZ. If you are passing by value, this means that strapc value outside the class will not be affected. But if you change this to by reference, whatever you change, then it will be effect. Yes, it will carry the effect to outside the class. Or even so that will work if you are talking about normal functions outside classes, or even procedures also. And also it will work the same inside classes. So by value, by reference, affect the parameter that you are passing only. Does this make sense to you so far?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Now tell me.
Yeah. So there's this attribute, right?
Yes.
And this is a value of the create class, which is being inherited. So should I also include its reference? Should I make it also as a passing parameter? I think but so I'm a bit confused on what to pass and what not to.
Okay. So but again, because you didn't put how to say, if you give a real meaning, I advise you later when you try to create examples like that, take a normal example from real life and try to make it classes out of it. Okay, it's more understandable. So but at the moment, I would say, so you say here set attribute. Okay, we would like to look at the base set method here. So show me the base set method that you created. Okay, this base set method is trying to do what? Because you just write set method, so we don't know what it's trying to do. It is just basically it's just trying to set this attribute, right? Right? Am I right? There is a variable attribute, and you are trying to set it. There is nothing more than that. So it means that what you need. Okay, but what if you use two here, set attribute 1 and set attribute 2, like you're trying to do here? So it means that that there is two parameters that need to be passed, right? So now go down at the bottom, please.
Okay, so I have to use attribute.
No, wait. I just want to clarify the thing to you. When we do overrides, actually we have a choice to call Mybase, or we don't even need to care about it at all, because overrides mean that we want to make a behavior. Okay. You call here set method. Okay. Let me consider a child is a normal child in a real world. So he's a baby. Okay. Let's consider this a baby. Okay. So I would say here, I will call it cry. Okay. Can we change set method to cry? I mean, not in reality, I'm just giving you an example.
Yes,
so
yes.
A baby will cry, right? So
yes.
I will consider the base class is human. Okay. And the set method for the human is actually talk. Human can talk, but baby will cry. Does this make sense? So actually, why we come to the override in the first place? We come to the override because we cannot expect a child or a baby, in our case, to talk. So we needed to override that to something that no, let me put it this way. I think I confused you, but we cannot call them different names. So we expect the baby, yes, to talk, but what he say is limited. So what we need to do inside here, yes, he can talk, but he would talk for example, oh ho 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 ho. Sometimes babies make this kind of noise, but they will not talk like human. So the behavior of the base class, we cannot apply it to the baby because the baby talk in a different way. Does this make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, so it means here, it means that maybe you don't need to, it's based on the programming need. Maybe you don't need at all to call Mybase. It depends. It depends on what you really need to talk. So in our case, if we're talking about talk for a baby, so we just need to output or print a line that's called like that, like that. Okay. And maybe the talk function have to set different parameters or do different actions. This is in the base class, but now it depends on the programming need, what we really need to do in the subclass that we inherited or override. Does this make sense? So it depends on the situation. It's not all the time that you have to set the Mybase or even set a certain attributes. So let's assume that talk, there is maybe a variable or a attribute that is called in the human. Maybe we have something like token words. So that token words will be a string inside our class. Maybe it's private. And then when the human talk, we take a parameter. So we consider talk as a method. and then you pass it a parameter, a few words. Maybe the human say hi. Human is able to say hi, right? So maybe inside your talk, you take this and then you assign it and store it inside your private variable token words. Okay, and maybe also you have another because again we cannot say that the baby can talk token words. Maybe maybe he only can produce, you create here a variable called voices, because the baby will produce voices, but it have no meaning, right? So we can say voices, and then whatever you pass and as a word will be assigned to this kind of attribute or variable string that you save only inside your child class. So in this case, you don't need, maybe you don't need at all to call Mybase. In this current situation, you don't need.
Okay.
Maybe in other situation, the programming need force you to do that. It depends on the programming need. What's the task you are trying to achieve? Does this make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Did I manage to answer you so far?
Yes.
Okay. So now, okay. What is your next question?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Shall I stop sharing?
Yes, you can stop sharing. Yes. So, okay. Let me share with you a little bit about code, just to confirm that this concept is already clear to you. Okay. So do you still remember in the previous class, we already said that we talk about containment, right? Okay. So containment can be typically can be a class that is contained inside the base class, right? So I created a class called tools, or a tool. Okay. I assume that every worker might need tools. Okay. Some worker who work in the field might need a wrench, or might need screwdrivers, or so on. And some workers will be just employees sitting in offices, so they only need a laptop, a few pens or pencils or papers. So this is their tools. This is their work tools that they need. Okay. So inside that class, I created a property called name and a property called life expectancy. So I would say life expectancy is how long this tool can last, or what is its life value that we set to it. So maybe every 10 years, if we know that this laptop will be going bad, so we need to change it. It means that, okay, so we record that at the start, and then every 10 years we automatically buy a new laptop to the employee, for example. Or if the range life expectancy is 2 years, then we know that, we store that here, and then we know it, and we automatically buy a new range to the worker every 2 years. Does this make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, so using this class tool, I said, okay, I created a new constructor, okay, and I said I go to the base class here, and I created an array that can carry up to 50 tools, 50 class tools. Okay, is it clear?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so and I make a count here, tools count. Okay, so every time I add something inside my array, then I increment that by 1. So I would like to share with you how I did that here. So I added a new method that is called add tool. So it's here. Can you see it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this, so I always need to confirm that you are following with me, just in case that you go out and you cannot hear me anymore. So that is the name, and this is the life expectancy that I'm passing by value here. Actually, this should be a string, but yeah. So again, I passed this two, and then I created a new tool and I added to my array, and I incremented that by 1. The tools count integer, I incremented that because I already added a new tool inside tools array. Does this make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, let me first advise you with something. In the programming, many things can go wrong. So my advice to you, when you create a class, make a simple one, and then no need to make a full class first. No need to define a full class first with everything working inside. So now we have to stop and we have to enter again using our same link. Okay, you know the way, right?